Fembeds, reporting the Gulf Wars. If you want to be loved, don't go into our business, says Helen Thomas, journalist. Covering the war as an embedded journalist was a positive experience for most of the women reporting in the field. Out of the 600 journalists embedded in the Gulf War, 60 were female. They were given the name Fembeds. The media coverage in both Persian Gulf Wars marked significant advancement in war reporting. In the First War, satellite technology allowed viewers around the world to watch the war in real time as events occurred. Never before had the public witnessed the beginning of military hostilities as they did with the first airstrikes on January 17, 1991. So never wanting to forget the unprecedented bravery of the women who covered these wars as journalists and photographers. Let's remember some of their names and bravery. Carly Murphy, sending her reports by phone because communications had been shut down in Kuwait when Iraq invaded. She reported from the 7th floor at the Safar International Hotel in Kuwait, in the city and in the streets of that capital. She was only blocks away from the royal palace the Iraqis tried to take. She actually risked her life to report, and in late 1990, she received one of the International Women's Media Foundation's annual Coverage in Journalism Awards. Let's not forget CNN's Christiane Amanpour, who covered Desert Storm. She covered events in the Gulf region after U.S. troops arrived. Often she had to wear gas masks and a helmet when going into the field to talk to soldiers. Also Peggy Hall, who covered World War I, and Sonia Tumara and Helen Kirkpatrick, who covered World War II. Let's not forget Marguerite Higgins, who won a Pulitzer Prize in 1951 for her coverage of the Korean conflict. Also Martha Teichner. She's an experienced war correspondent for the Columbia Broadcasting System, CBS. She covered conflicts in El Salvador, North Ireland, and the Middle East. The courageous Molly Moore, senior military correspondent for the Washington Post. She received permission from the commanding general of the Marine Forces in the war, Lieutenant General Walter E. Boomer, to travel with Boomer's troops when they invaded Kuwait. Molly Bingham, photographer, working on an assignment for the World Picture News photo agency. She was sent to Iraq to photograph the effects of war in Iraqi citizens. She worked in such places as Rwanda, Burundi, and Afghanistan. Brave Lisa Rose Weaver, embedded journalist with the 52nd Air Defense Artillery Brigade in North Kuwait, and Ann Scott Tyson, Christian Science Monitor. Yeah, these are only a few of the brave women who risked their lives to cover the wars. These stories are real, and the women are real. These are the stories we must pass on and tell our sons and daughters when we hear them say, "I can't do it, it's too hard." The examples have been given, and the bar has been set. So thank you, Fembeds, female reporters of the wars. Like, subscribe, and be a genius. Think for yourself. This has been a Marologic channel.